Good. Well, hello everybody out there. Our last video was when was it? Trying to think when it was. I think it was after kind of telling you about the skiing and what happened there. So it's been a few weeks, and to be honest, it's been a bit of a bumpy ride since then. So I just want to give you guys updates of where I am. Firstly, I'd like to say a big shout out to a very, very close member of our family who's recovering from an event, and I believe you're doing well. The tests are going well, and all our love from Australia. I hope you make a speedy recovery and carry on your crazy, active, interesting life that you lead. So I can't say massive love going to you. Okay, so this journey. So what has happened to me? Well, this time round it's been more of a mental and physical, I guess. But I've been battling, I guess, the mental side. Something which is new to me, and I shouldn't be ashamed about it. None of us should. It's been almost a year now since I got diagnosed, and you get to a point where you just get fed up. You want to be normal. I'm fed up having this stupid bag and needles poked in me all the time and appointments and blah blah blah, and you get to a point where you just get fed up. So you have good days, bad days, but sooner you accept the bad days are bad days and it will get better. It makes life a lot easier and concentrate also on the good, which I've been doing. Like, for instance, even though I've had a tough ride so far, the cancer's out, and it's very easy to lose sight of that. It doesn't mean my recovery is easy, but keeping focus on that, even though I did have a scare, which I'll come on to in a second. Okay, so actually I had chemo yesterday. That was number 5 of 6, so only one more to go. So far the side effects haven't been too bad. My fingers are numb as I speak. That's a side effect, but it's because it's really cold in this house. So I've got a little heater down here. You can probably hear it in the background actually. Let me turn it off so I don't have that noise. There we go. Alright. Okay, so side effects. So with chemo, it's very easy to be sick. So they give you steroids. And the side effects of the steroids are it keeps you up all night. So I've had about an hour or 2 hours sleep. So I don't look too bad considering. Bag's not too bad. But anyway, so I'm a little bit tired at the moment. Still working full time. It's 8:46 a.m. Got a crazy day at work, which again helps me focus on what I'm doing. What else? So I had chemo yesterday. So since the skiing trip, a couple of weekends ago, I got rushed into hospital to the ED department. Basically, I was in a lot of pain. It's like almost rib pain, and it's if you've had your ribs bruised or broken, it's that pain. And I kind of woke up in absolute agony, and Nick said to me, "Look, I think you should really go to hospital. You this isn't right." And I was like, typical me. Oh yeah, no, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll do it in the morning. I don't want to inconvenience anybody, blah blah blah. She said, "No, we're going to hospital." So we went, and if you've got, over in this country, if you've got cancer, you're given like an emergency fast pass. So kind of got rushed through, which was quite nice, and had a barrage of tests from like 2 to about 10 in the morning. Part of that was a CT scan. So the CT scan revealed that yes, I'd had a blood clot in my right lung. At that time I didn't realise actually how significant this blood clot was, or life threatening. So I was pretty casual as always. So they immediately put me on blood thinners. Now to get rid of blood clots, what they do is they effectively give you blood thinners, and then your body deals with the blood clot naturally. They don't take the blood clots out. So that's too much. That's too dangerous. So they identified what the pain was and why it was hurting. I've actually done some damage to my right lung as well, but that will heal naturally, so that's fine. So if I suddenly start being like burping and everything, don't worry, that's just the lung sorting itself out. So that's that. So this week I've had a barrage of tests. So they've done what's called an echo ultrasound on my heart. Great news, that's all good, because there was apparently a lot of pressure on my heart, which they were concerned about. But luckily I'm fairly fit, and my heart was coping with the stress of pumping blood around the clot. Because basically generally what happens is the clot goes from your leg through your heart into your lung, and there's kind of damage all the way through. But yeah, everything's healing. It's cool. So anyway, so then finally they wanted to identify. There was a big question mark where the clot came from, because my legs usually comes from legs, but there'd be no swelling from that. So anyway, 2 days ago, I had an ultrasound on my legs, and we found the clot in the lower right leg, just below the knee, going down to the calf. So it's quite a big clot, but that'll dissolve with thinners. And it's like, clots are like tentacles, so they go down into your veins as well. I don't fully understand. To be honest, I don't want to really. I don't want to scare myself. So yeah, and then I was kind of told this significance I didn't realise, and how life-threatening it was, blah, 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 blah. I was just like, oh, okay, I'm glad I didn't know. But yeah, I'm bouncing back from that. So the lung pain has gone from, let's say, a 9 out of 10 down to probably about a 2 or a 3, which is great. But it's like I get this burping. I don't know what it is anyway. But anyway, yeah. So that's that. Then my chemo got pushed back as a result, and then I had chemo yesterday, which was Wednesday. So that's all good. So I was told very strongly that I've got to calm down, because it kind of happens. I went out dancing. I hadn't really danced for a year, so I went out with my team at work, and we were dancing, doing lots of spinning and twirls and wonderful things. I was quite vigorous on the dance floor, but I was only on there for probably 20 minutes or something. And yeah, that kind of, I just assumed it was a muscle thing, because my body wasn't used to doing it. So all along I've been saying, oh, it's a muscle pull. But anyway, yeah. So the great news is that I've got one chemo left. As I said earlier, I've been told to take it a lot easier. I think night clubbing and skiing and mountain biking have kind of all been ruled out by my oncologist, which pisses me off a little bit. But yeah, you've got to live your life, right? So we'll see how it goes. At the moment, I'm just waiting for my lung to repair, which it is every day. I'm not struggling for breath so much. It's really weird being out of breath. I'm not used to that. I went up it was a very steep hill, but I was out of breath, and I was like, oh my God, I've never felt like that before, ever in my life, that I can remember. So that was quite a weird sensation, and having to stop, and yeah, horrible. But anyway, so I'm going to start doing very gentle exercise, I think, on my exercise bike to get me match fit again. But the oncologist, the main concerns are these thinners I'm taking, that, if you have accidents, you bruise and you bleed a lot. So that's his worry, is that I go too hard and I have an accident. So I think if I do, perhaps road biking may be the way to go, because you don't really fall off then. I don't know, I've got to think about it. I can't sit still. That's just not my nature. It never will be. So, and it for me, it's such an important part of recovery. So yeah, so that's it really from me. I don't want to bore you guys too much. Hope you guys are all living the best lives you can. Missing you all. Has been quite a solitary year, and I'm on the home straight. So basically, I've got my next chemo, final chemo. Oh God, I'm so going to celebrate that. Is in 2 weeks. So it's 2 weeks Wednesday, or what's just gone from Wednesday, yesterday. Then I've probably got a gap of about 6 weeks or 7 weeks just to recover for the clots, lung, and the chemo all to kind of go away and do their stuff. And then it's the reversal operation. So that's something which I'll probably talk about closer to the time, which does worry me. Is some bits, not the actual operation per se, but the side effects of all that. But anyway, well, I don't know too much. I've just been reading forums and they're always quite scary. Yeah, that's it. So anyway, as I was saying, hope you guys are having a great time. Missing you all loads, and stay positive. I certainly am. I think that's been certainly the key in trying to keep those dark demons at bay by focusing on what's good and what's right in your life. Anyway, have a great week, and I look forward to chatting to you soon. Cheers, bye.